Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the WrestlePlug YouTube channel. That one. I'm not editing it out. Fuck you. So welcome back to the WrestlePlug YouTube channel. You get it raw, uncut, and uncensored. Yeah. So yeah, watch-alongs. And ironically enough, we're watching a good match. So the fact that I fucked up the intro is a shame, because if we were doing something crap, quick, someone give me some more Canadian hardcore wrestling. We could have done that. But what we're going to do is we're going to cover the independent wrestling elite. What is the deal with everyone putting elite in their names? But I will say one thing. This company was in place before AEW. So obviously, just further proof that Tony Khan's a poser that wanks off dogs, innit? Allegedly. So we're going to cover IWE UK. We're going to cover their tag team division. We're going to cover their last show that they did at the Rittl Sports and Leisure Centre. I use that term loosely. Center. It's a tiny little place. Lovely place, to be fair. Very well run. But yeah, just a little kind of sports club, which is the bread and butter of what British wrestling is. And this match is a number one contenders match for the tag title. So the winner of this will get a shot at the tag team champions. And we do have it on good authority now. The winners of this match are going to be at their next show, Valentine Violence, which is just a mere 2.5 weeks away from when we are recording this. So hopefully we'll get a chance to drop this before the show. We should do. So Carl Wilkinson, are you ready to dip your toe back into the British wrestling pond and garner some more knowledge and interest in the independent scene that we have over here?
I'm just as excited as it looks like Rod Weasley is on the right side.
That is very funny, because I've just clicked back on the thing, and yeah, that is definitely Ron Weasley. Yeah, unfortunately, not the greatest crowd. We're not going to beat around the bush here. I am the videographer for this match, so if you don't like the footage, sorry. Simple as that, really. But, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for some fantastic British tag team wrestling. Number one contenders for the IWE UK Tag Team Championships in 3, 2, 1, play. One fall. Sorry. Do you guys do that in Canada?
Oh, yeah.
Good.
Remember when WWE used to do it, and then they started rushing them after, so the crowd couldn't say it?
Yeah, right. Oh, yeah, I can't remember what it was. There was a thing that came out, wasn't there, where they deliberately had put that in place because they were so sick of it. Oh, do you remember this banger? Random person just walking across. Appreciate that.
Yep. Yeah, just cut through. Those are big hossy lads.
Hossy, meaty boys. So this is the tag team of Morgan Black and Xander Zulu, better known as Tight Grip. I must apologise for the hard cam. We had a fucking hard time putting it anywhere near the ring. It had to go up on a load of fun story. It had to go up on these stupid chairs and then up on a bench that was put on there. And then we put the fucking tripod on top, and it was peeking over the curtain in the back corner of the room. So obviously I had to zoom in and cut it. So even though the camera, believe it or not, shoots in 4K, I had to zoom. Is what it is.
Shaka Zulu over there.
Yeah, right? Chaka Khan, Chaka Khan, Chaka Khan. Shout out to Shaka Khan, by the way.
Quack.
So fucking phenomenal. Yeah, these guys, I love these two. I think they're fucking amazing. Very blessed to call them friends. You know, not close friends, but I've met them at, a show or two, and they're just lovely guys. We've got Nick as the ref, and you might recognise the Dapper Man as the MC, who was also the referee at CWP's last show. Dan Barnsdale, better known as, of course, James Daniels from The Takeover, the master of the 25-minute promo. I love these boys. I love this. I just love this match. This is too... Yes! Threaten to throw a chair at a member of the audience. This is the Rebellion. So, just so you know. Mike Torino and Taylor James. Taylor James won without the shades. That guy who looks like my slightly shorter but much more in shape younger brother. That's a little bit. Obviously, if you had the black beard, I reckon me and him would be on the money here. Jack Torino. I knew I got something wrong. Sorry, Jack. Not Mike Torino, Jack Torino.
Fucking bunny ears.
Bander's a little troll and he loves it. Shout out to my boy as well, our friend Ebenezer the Geezer. You might recognise him from the Dirty 24/7 Scramble match. He's in the white t-shirt recording outside the ring. I like to give everyone props, you know. There's a lot of people who put in the work in these shows. Also, Frankie T is going to be rubbing one out hard knowing that you are covering his promotion, because this is his promotion. He runs it and owns it.
You build me up for these guys too hard, man. I can't live up to those expectations.
This young lady in the front row is far from impressed with Tight Grip, despite the fact they are such good guys. Just great guys. By the way, Morgan Black is wearing a waistcoat, and yeah, fuck you. That random Japanese guy in NXT, you just don't have the drip that Morgan Black does.
Oh, that's the guy that's with Kushida now, right? Just because they're both Japanese?
Yeah, right. Because, and I just like to point out, Tight Grip, just because they're both black doesn't mean they just thought, oh yeah, we'll tag together because we're both black. It's actually because they're extremely talented and hilarious and charismatic. So that's how you do it properly, WWE. But I'll tell you what,
was that a fucking bike bell?
It does sound like it, doesn't it?
Ding, 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 ding.
Get out of my lane, please, sir. Yeah, I think
on your left.
You're going to be a big fan of the Rebellion overall because they are really picking up steam. Wow, that is the best oversell out of the ring I've seen since Kyle O'Reilly.
They remind me a lot of like a GYV.
Yeah, they do.
Just like initial look at them.
Yeah. I loved it when Jack Torino kind of went at the camera and he was like, "Way," you know, little things like that are cool. They get the business of professional wrestling. They're very entertaining. They're very good at the little things that so many wrestlers don't do. And for someone like me who is still greener than goose shit, it's nice to be able to watch this, and it's nice to be able to pick up on the little things. I love how Morgan is just like, yeah, whatever, bro. He's just mouthing off in a corner while chilling out.
Is there a face team here?
The idea is that Tight Grip, I believe, are the face team, but
like
the crowd, like certain portions of the crowd didn't take too kindly to them, but they are definitely meant to be the good guys, you know, the plucky, happy, you know, colourful, fantastic, charismatic guys, and the Rebellion are a bit more. But what I like about the Rebellion is they don't mind taking a piss out of themselves. They don't take themselves so seriously they can't have fun being heels. It's just a trait I think Kevin Owens has.
Oh, that was a tag, bro. That was a tag.
Yeah, not having that. Absolutely unacceptable. I don't care if it touches ass. It's a tag.
Well, okay, did he have the tag rope? I don't know. I didn't see if he had the tag rope.
I don't think they have tag ropes in IWE, so we might have to. I'll tell you what, mate. Get in the WrestlePlug group chat and pull up Frankie T on that. But do you know what I really love? How can you see the traditional turnbuckle hooks? I don't know why, little things like that. It's just so romantic, you know? So authentic and real. It's lovely to see those.
Oh,
yeah. Oh, boo. I like shit houses. So I'm obviously a huge mark for Mr. Torino. Comes thundering out of the corner. Zulu's put together, mate. Don't fuck around.
I kind of feel like he shouldn't be able to put him in the turnbuckle at all, just because of how big of a guy he is.
That was
that's the kind of thing where you just see the guy like plant his feet.
Tag! No! Traditional. You know? Like simple and traditional. Like, yeah, I love it when guys tag in and are like, I'll do a 450 splash onto his wrist. Why? Don't need to. That was more than sufficient. As was the cheeky irate that he just administered to Morgan Black. Reverses the whip, goes in. Lovely. Love atomic drop, mate. Another classic.
You don't see nothing for atomic drops.
Blocks it, goes Ryan with the chop. Lovely stuff. Get Taylor over into the corner.
Little light.
Was a little light, wasn't it? Lay that shoulder in. You're a big, meaty horse. Do you know what? You don't realise how tall Morgan Black is. Big man, big unit of the man. Like you said, big and meaty horses. Ow.
The ref's like, what are you doing?
Lovely. Oh, I just felt like the ring didn't shift at all. I love a suplex. I love all the basic stuff. Maybe it's because I do a lot of the basic stuff myself, but I miss that. We're so entrenched in this notion of doing everything and trying to get your shit in that when someone just takes their time and puts the armor and hits a nice, lovely stalling suplex or a snap suplex, it just feels and hits differently. So the old stuff is now cool, if you ask me.
You don't need a fucking snapdragon suplex every time, you know?
No, you do not. I feel like there's a subtle dig at Kenny Omega, but I'm here for it.
What?
Beautiful. Fluid. What are you on? Oh.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah, nice, wasn't it?
That's a little innovative.
I think the Rebellion are kind of really underrated in our tag team scene. I've noticed they're starting to work at a lot of different places, picking up bookings. I won't like embarrass them too much or anything, but there's a couple of promoters I know who are just starting out and they asked me for a tag team and I recommended them just because they just got everything put together so well. And I've seen Taylor before. Like I think he wrestled Frankie T for CWP. A while back. Unfortunately, there isn't really footage available. It was before the horrendous Outcast invasion, if you remember some of that stuff that we covered.
Yes.
This is one bird in the front row, and she is just, for some reason, just doesn't like tight grip at all.
And you hear everything she said because you're right. There is probably about 25 people in there max.
Yeah.
If that.
That's very sweet of you. That's very generous of you. Hey, let's be real. I'll tell you why. Full disclosure, and it's not necessarily Frankie's fault entirely, although he is a promoter, so he's got to take a bit of the lump of the lion's share when it comes to critiques. It's because it wasn't posted. You know, I arrived at that event quite early and driving around the sort of local village and area and nothing, no posters, no nothing. Like nobody knew it was on, and that's a real shame. And you know, I've heard that there was a breakdown in communication and things like that. I'm not going to start shit talking people on the podcast, but ultimately, this is a lesson to be learned for everybody because there's a few people watching these now. I don't know if you noticed that apparently not huge fans of CWP or ourselves, Mr. Wilkinson. And they take great.
Like us?
I know, it's scary, right? And they don't enjoy these little pokey promotions because apparently you're only a real promotion if you can draw 300 people, you know? So, you know, apparently the Rebellion, who wrestled everywhere, by the way, in front of big crowds quite a lot as well, they're not a legitimate tag team because they wrestled here. So they must be shit, apparently. Love the drop kick. Very nice. Yeah, Torino is a great worker. I don't think people appreciate how good he is. I like his ring gear too. I'm going to say something really controversial and I'll probably get in trouble for this. Do you think Torino could fill the gap that was left by, you know, the piece of shit that is Marty's girl?
I think probably.
I'm not saying that he should be him or even replace him, I suppose. What I'm saying by fill the gap is that I feel like Torino has a lot of the qualities that we admired in that guy. And obviously we don't admire him now. I think he's a piece of shit. But, you know, I'm looking at Torino and I'm thinking, well, here's a guy who could step into that fold very nicely and kind of almost take it upon himself to breathe life back into that old school villain heel persona that is kind of lacking a lot because so many guys are so desperate, even when they're heels. Lovely kick. They just feel like they're not truly embracing what they are, which is an arsehole. And I don't like that. I like proper heel, especially in Brit. You got the British accent, you automatically sound more evil. Loki has proved that. So, you know, it's that thing of like, really, I want to see guys who are hungry and play up to it more. German! That's a German alert. I love a German. Get it back. Do your fucking job, ref. Get in there, Nick. Do your job. Random man that you are. What are you thinking so far, Mr. Wilkinson?
I like this. I really like the Rebellion. Oh, I didn't like that though.
Oh, he's underneath.
A big lad.
Cheeky little go behind. And the tag. In comes Xander. There are killjoys in life. And then there is Xander Zulu, the lovejoy of life.
Doing a Zulu Rooney?
That was Zulu Rooney.
Is that racist? I don't. I mean, it's not malicious.
No, it's not meant to be malicious, obviously. I'm trying to think of a better word.
Am I just an idiot?
You could call it a spinner Zuni.
Oh, yeah.
If you kind of get away from it.
Like,
that's nice.
Hell of a sell there.
Yeah, he went for the full Rikishi job there, didn't he? Inside and out. He's a great worker. I mean, everyone in this match is, but, you know, I feel like Tight Grip could be in a lot more places. And they do work in some great places, and maybe I'm ignorant to certain things, but like, I just feel like black talent should be in more places, not just because they're black, but because they're genuinely talented. The key word there was talent. They all just need a rock bottom.
That is the bookend.
Considering that obviously I recorded this match. I like his facial expressions. Oh, someone knows Tight Grip. It's almost like Frankie T was in the crowd. It sounded like him. And one thing I will say is they are coming back to this venue for their next show, and they've sold a lot more tickets.
Okay.
Because they've done a much better job promoting things, you know, getting the right people in to do the right things. I'm pleased because it's a great company with an amazing locker room. Oh, he got caught. Oh, hello. I don't know what happened there. He kind of... Did he just 619 his legs out in the corner?
Yeah.
If I tried that, I would... Oh, what a spear.
Spear.
Look out.
Oh.
Kind of like...
Double knees to the chest?
Yeah, it was like a Meteora. I think he was going for the Meteora, but...
I think so, yeah.
It's a scary move to do, because if you're even slightly off, you're going to end up breaking someone's nose. It's a really hard move to get right. And you got to trust on your knees. You got to trust in your knees to land right. So if you're not wearing knee pads, for instance, fuck that noise.
I remember being a kid once, and my buddy was standing in the pool. I tried to hit like a Hurricane Rana off him, and instead of getting my legs around his head, I'd need him right in the nose.
Beautiful.
Because we're like 15, I had no idea what the fuck we were doing.
Oh, that's brilliant. Did you see that? So he thinks his mate's hit the 5-star, so he's not paying attention. So he's gone for the moonsault. Malfunction at the junction, Oh, he's going to take advantage. Cheeky schoolboy. No, he hasn't got the tights. Clean roll up. Got him. They took advantage. That's really cool because it keeps Rebellion looking reasonably strong. Because they put in a great deal of work into that match to make it look as good as it did.
Oh, yeah. Oh, he's so happy.
Yeah, I know, right? He's thrilled for his friend. I like that though, because it's almost like he's kind of unassuming because he was on the outside. It's almost like he was actually acting there. It's almost like he was doing his job.
What? Wrestlers doing their job?
No, it's scary. A scary, scary concept. What are you thinking, mate? What's our first impressions of IWE? Bear in mind, this is the first time we've had a chance to cover a match that wasn't filmed by a potato in the audience.
I enjoyed it. I think that venue has a lot of potential if, you know, you get some more people in there. Like you're saying, the next show has a lot more tickets. So I think a full house, that place could be raucous.
So where the entranceway was, where the curtain was, they're going to actually have to move that back because they've got more people coming in.
Oh, that's awesome.
So it'll feel like, because it is bigger than that, to be fair. It's still not the biggest venue. I love the ceiling. I think it's great. It's got a unique look to it. It kind of reminds me of the old scout huts and the couple places that I used to go to when I was a little kid, you know, the kind of community centres. And that's where the lifeblood of British wrestling is, which is important to me. So I don't know who that big bald geezer is, but he can fuck off. She's a sweetheart, bless her. You recognise the guy in the background with the glasses? He looks awfully familiar, doesn't he?
Oh, who's that guy?
Yeah, no idea. Some fucking scrub. You just applaud the wrestlers to do your job, yeah, mate? Alright, Wilkinson, that's your first exposure to IWE in somewhat HD, excusing the hard cam. What do we think?
I enjoyed it. I enjoyed both teams as my first viewing of both. It was really fun. I really like the Rebellion, honestly. I think they're great. Whole fucking world's their oyster.
Yeah, this is another one of those companies that all the salty little dickheads and the dinosaurs and the crying little, the guys who go on fucking Facebook and they go on their private profile and slag off companies because apparently they're really hard. It's another one of those that people shit on. And I just think, so this is a company like Tight Grip are a great tag team. They've got the Rebellion. They use great world-class technical wrestlers like Alex Connors and things like that. And I just think, okay, so all those talents are shit just because you don't want to work there. I think I've cottoned on to something, Carl Wilkinson. I think I've come up with an epiphany. And I think the problem is that because IWE doesn't want to book a salty old dinosaur who's unprofessional online and probably not that safe in the ring, there's probably a reason why they're bitter. It's just an idea I'm throwing out there. I obviously don't know what. It is what it is. However, ladies and gentlemen, IWE Valentine Violence is February the 19th. It's at the Riddle Sports and Social Club Leisure Centre thing. It's a decent enough venue. Just look for it. It's fine. The poster's available. Check it out. Tickets are still available. However, they are limited. I do know that because they actually don't have that many left, which is really awesome news. So it's really important that you guys check it out. It's in Essex. It's right in the Chelmsford region of Essex. So if you're in or around that region or can get to it, it's February the 19th. Show starts about, I believe doors are open at 6. Show starts about 7, something around that region. Check their social media. It's at IW Elite UK. And of course, search for them on Facebook as Independent Wrestling Elite UK. And if you check those social media links out, you will find all the details for the show. Remember, ladies and gentlemen, February 19th, that's a Saturday. It's in less than 3 weeks' time when we're recording this. And when this is dropped, it's probably only going to be about a week and a half. And I can guarantee even more tickets will have sold. So you need to get yourself down there and check it out. For myself, Aaron X, and from Carl Wilkinson, thank you very much for watching. We'll catch you very soon for more content from the Wrestle Plug.